Hello and welcome back to Songs of Six. Oh man, oh man. It's been a rough one, brothers. It's been a rough one. Where do I begin? Let's begin with the most painful of all. Most painful of all. Let's go back. So you can see we are at 889 people. That's about 111 less than I left off with, I think, on the last one. We lost a group of people here, 250. We also lost another group of people here, 250. We went down to 400 people. I was having infestations. You can see I have extreme temperatures, accidents, riots. I had riots. There was riots in the streets. There was so much terrible shit going on, and it still hasn't really subsided. People are relatively calm for now, but man, are Tilapi hard to play as. They are brutal. They just get mad as hell and freak out, and their city just collapses. And you can see I've got short laborers right now because, like I said, they're hard to deal with. They really are, so I'm going to let them get some new ones in here. We'll get a couple to fill those jobs. Let's go over what I've done, though. I did record earlier. Then I came back to play a little bit further because I think the original recording was a little negative, a little not that depressing, but I was definitely in a bad mood, having had just dealt with some really bad riots. And surprisingly, I'm in a okay mood now after having dealt with loss of over 600 people, roughly 600 people. To the point where I had so few workforce, I was negative 570 workforce. And I had to come back from that with this city, this massive city that I have. I had to pull out and get everything situated. So, what caused this? What caused my city to start to collapse? Well, it's very simple. It has to do with law, first of all. Law, a rate, seems to be based off of arrests. So if you have an arrest, your rate is at a lower rate. And you can see this 11%. But if there's no arrests, it goes up. So you ideally want to have no arrests. By enslaving your population, I think that will deter it. This seems to deter it significantly. It says execution. This one says it's not really very good at it. So there's ways to deter crime. But I figured it out. It took me some time, and I asked people for help, and most people don't seem to know that it is based off of literally that it's the amount of arrests that are occurring affects your law. So if you have a lot of arrests, this will go down, down, down. And I think that's what was happening. I was having a lot of arrests because I was moving people. You can see there's always starving. Oh, these are the starving people because they're moving in. There's always accidents. There's always wrongful deaths. There's so much stuff always going on, and I need to deal with that. But I finally figured out and situated myself with these pastures. I reorganized them. I wanted them to be in a much more organized area. I didn't feel that it was necessary to have those big old food stalls in a weird way because this here provides enough access for the whole city. This one seems to be not able to do so. I don't know what their deal is right now. It's saying that their services are low. Oh, it's because there's no one working right here because there was no one here. They should come and do that job soon. Oh, sounds like something bad in the background there. There's been a lot of bangs and smashes and crashes in the background, so hopefully I'm not in any danger. I doubt I am. But like I said, I had to move the city about, and I moved these little blocks. I reorganized them, made them look better. Kind of call this the block 2.0. And obviously we have this amazing north, west, east, and south. I don't know what they're called. I guess town center crossings. I don't know what they're really called. But this was where the original town center was. This is where the canal connected up. I removed some of the pumps because I didn't need them. And the only reason I need the pumps down here is to have access to this bathhouse. Obviously, we have a river that goes across the top here. So if I want a bathhouse over here, I'm just going to get a pump over here. Or rather, just right here. There's pumps access right here. We could probably actually just build our bathhouse on the water itself. Plenty of options. That area we'll figure out later. I've been trying to just deal with our coal. So obviously we still have our tailors and our weavers. And I had to drop all of our workers. So a lot of these buildings don't have workers. They are severely understaffed. Still very understaffed. I sold every slave because we had an uprising. I had to beat the uprising, which was pretty easy. Once my troops gathered around them, they all fled. I basically surrounded them with archers and then started shooting them. And one other thing too, if you see these little log bundles around, these are false piles. These are the ones I was talking about. This is a non-existent wood pile. They will not be able to grab that. That is a significant rampant bug or issue in v6.6 right now that just cannot be subsided. There's quite a few issues in v6.6, and I know Jake is on them, but I do have a little bit of hesitance to continue playing, especially with the way things are going, because it honestly feels like a lot of the times it's not me that it's causing the problems, it's the game itself, because I'll look at something and it'll say completely zero service, which makes no sense. Like this here has, and actually that does make sense. So maybe I'm just cracked out, but it feels like sometimes certain things don't make sense to me. Like especially when I'm arresting people, that shouldn't make the crime rate go like towards the negative, make people unhappy. Because you'll see it is one of the main things. Law 0.15 right there. Services 0.13, and I've had people say, "Oh, it's your services, it's your services." Especially when I was trying to get help. Yes, it potentially is a portion of my services, but for the population I have, 900, what I have isn't bad. And they're all upgraded services, and they're very close to where they need to be. So I don't understand it. So like stages, for example, their access, their proximity, you can see the level of the access the subject has to a service. So for example, it's max level. They're all max level. So in reality, if all of these are at above green here, they're really good looking. I go in here into the services. Theoretically, the stages should say above 60% access. I don't know. Maybe it's where I place them. Maybe it's just me. I have no clue. But that's something that's just been driving me up the wall because I have in the past gotten And usually those are things that I don't even have to look at. These are full, 100%. Like hearths here. Hearths are full. So I guess if I look here, the access is 97. So maybe I just literally need more and more stages. Maybe I need 2 more stages on this side. But the thing about stages and other types of services is this is a 12-person building. So there's 24 people who live and work right here. There's no way on earth there needs to be more than that. And you can see it's got a total of services 240. So in reality, I have 4 stages and 1,000 people, roughly 900 people. So, I don't know, the math doesn't seem to work out there. Another thing too is the stockade versus the dungeon. I was in the impression that you just could have a dungeon. No, you need to also have a stockade. The stockade seems to supplement the dungeon. It's part of their law, happiness. There's a lot to learn in this new update, and I think it's a little cumbersome for the newer player who's going to come into this and be like, well, why do I need a stockade and a dungeon? Why do I need scaffolds, dungeons? Like, scaffolds make sense, but like, why do I need all of these things? In what order? Like, why a stock over a scaffold? What is that going to do for me? And these people aren't going to know that they can click on these things here and leave people with different options. So, for example, exile. You can exile prisoners. You can do a lot of other things. We also have a judge here. So, people are being judged in the courts. That helps boost their overall law. So, if you can see there, as long as someone's been judged for their actions and they go to jail, they're happy. Then you have to pardon people, do all these other things just to make their law happy. But you can still see, despite everything, I'm in the negative. I'm going down. I'm going down, down, down. And it just drives me crazy. So I think that the best way to really deal with this is to get your riches up and then just kind of look away and focus on services. Because at a certain point, I have no clue. I think that if I was to get some physicians and massage parlors, hospital, that would be almost all of the services. But like I said, some of them don't seem to be lining up with what's true. And that's kind of what was frustrating me earlier. Anyways, back to the topic at hand. What did I do? I have built a charcoaler. This guy has room for what? 40 guys? Yep. So we have 12 currently charcoaling. We have a warehouse across the street for wood. We also have a hauler specifically for wood to be grabbed from the woodcutter here. We have a nice big woodcutter. Pulling it, bringing it down this road, filling it up. Then we have another one who's grabbing the wood and he's filling it up in here as well. So these guys are both kind of pulling from here and they're pressing the supply, but luckily there's 5 different haulers, so they can kind of keep up with it. And these 34 carpenters, they're actually necessary. They're very necessary. For right now, I need them because we had at least 30 before. We had 3 workshops of 10, so now I have a few more than what I had before. And then I have my metal smelter, so we have 8 guys here, same amount of people before, but obviously these are bigger buildings, so I can increase the amount that I want. I haven't decorated in front of them because I'm just at my wit's end for today. I played way too much. I'm not in a bad mood though. I think that this game is still a beautiful, amazing game. It just definitely needs a little bit more polish. And there's certain things that gotta be ironed out. But I have the hauler for ore and coal right here. Obviously the coal guy is just coming from down the street. Put it here, but the idea is that he's saving this guy the distance. There's only a few of them. They grab it from here, they load it up here, and then these metal smelters just have to cross the street and grab it. Or they can grab it from the hauler too if they choose. Last but not least, we have the mason and his stone hauler. So the stone hauler will grab stone, put it here, and then we have our mines, which I had to adjust. A lot of the Garthamis died, a lot of Garthamis were sold. Plenty of Garthamis have been repurchased. I think I have, what, 34? 49? That's not bad, actually. So we have a decent amount of them, and their occupation, they should be mostly working in the mines here. Looks like we've got a few of them working at food stalls. we could pop that number up a little bit so that we don't run out of materials here. We want to make sure that this stays above 1,000. That's how I play the game. And I also built a gem mine. The gem mine is for this single purpose. If I go over here, well, these amazing symbols are really kind of confusing. You have to go into resources, plop over 16, and also my opiates because I don't need them. I'm not using them. And then I go in here and I say, hello, can I get some of these guys, please? And I grab a few, and then I come back over here and I put them to work in the gem mine. So that's kind of how I've been working my gem situation, and put some in the stone mine as well. Get more for what I'm putting in, and just keep it going, keep it going, and hopefully eventually we'll have more resources than we know to do it. We are at a worse spot than I was in the last episode, but in a much nicer, more appealing city, I feel, because I can adjust this. This is planned to be adjusted. I'd like to make the stockade and the scaffold in the dungeon actually look like it's a part of this area. I'll probably put it in here, but I don't know. I haven't really decided what I'd like to do. Sometimes I like to come back and rewatch the video and see kind of how it looks from the sky's eye and from another perspective, and then I decide what I'll do. But obviously all of the buildings that we have in here are now gone, and everything that we had done previously basically is gone except for the core road that I had drawn. This is the original road right here, and I like that. I like to keep the core of what we've started here going, leading to the throne room. I have big plans for the front gates here, so what I do plan to do is I want to make ellipse shaped, so I'll do something like 15 by 15 here, and then I will make the wall. Matter of fact, why don't I place that right now, and we'll have these go like that, and we will copy this area. And what I'll have to do is put the what's it called? We'll do it right now since I'm here. I'll show you guys how to do it. The culvert. That's what it's called. So we put a culvert right in here. And then we put our fortifications right here. So my idea was that I wanted these to have, rather than build it kind of like a wall, I'd rather build these pillars instead. And then I'll see how I like that. And then let's build. Oh, wrong thing. I'm looking for military gatehouse. So we put the largest possible gatehouse down. And we can put this in here, like so. And they are going to get to doing that. Obviously, the water got turned off for this area, but that's okay. And this will be a good reminder of what I need to do for the next episode, because I'll build a couple of these out, probably like one over here, one back here, and create something of a star shape for it, and then have a back wall. I don't think I'll get attacked from the back here, but if they did attack me, then I'll be ready. But as I don't want to sit here any longer, I'm going to wrap it up and say thank you guys for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. You're all the best ever. And I look forward to making another video. Goodbye.